How is it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its DealMania sale, and I know we go over the deals under $10, under $5, but I'm sorry, you guys. This video is gonna be for the ballers out there, the high rollers, or those that just got a spicy tax return and you got some money to spend because these games are gonna be a little bit on the pricier side. They're gonna go very, very high. I think all of these, yeah, they're all under $40, but yeah, they can be pretty expensive. You know, usually when games are a little bit on the older side, I don't recommend you guys to spend this kind of money, but if the quality level is there and it's a game you want to play, you know, it is what it is, and you have the disposable income. So with that being said, let's get right into it, and let's kick things off with what I thought was the 2024 Game of the Year. Metaphor ReFantazio is 50% off for $34.99. I absolutely love this game. I thought it was so good, and I thought it was better than the Persona titles, which I know some people vehemently disagree with me on. Look, I like the setting better, I like the story better than a lot of the Persona games, although take nothing away from Persona. When you're talking about upper echelon JRPGs, they're all in the mix. Metaphor just clicked with me a little bit more. Love the soundtrack, love the depth in the battle system with all of the different archetypes. I just thought it was a great game. Obviously, a pretty big undertaking with a lot of content, so keep that in mind. But for $35, I think it's a great deal, so I would definitely recommend it. Next up, we have Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Obviously, most of you guys played it. It's 53% off for $29.39. I should say 58% off for $29.39. I played through Tsushima again prior to the release of Ghost of Yotei, which probably was a really bad idea looking back at it, just because Ghost of Yotei, it's not like it was this big evolution from Tsushima, but guess what? Tsushima is so good that it's not that big of a deal. It's just playing all of the content in Tsushima and then going to Yotei and playing all the content in that was a lot of this style of game to go through. But Tsushima, I think, is awesome, man. I love the story of Jin, and I know some people, especially when the game came out, were down on Jin as a character, but I really dug Jin as a character, man. I thought his overall narrative arc was really well done, and by the end, I just think it worked really well, of his almost descent into madness as becoming the Ghost. I thought it was really, really well done. Content in the game is good. Iki Island expansion is really well done as well. $29.39 on this is just a great deal. Highly recommend that. Then we have Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, the bundle. 60% off for $39.99. One of these days, the mythical Red Dead 2 upgrade will be confirmed and we'll all rejoice. But that day is not today, so it is what it is. But man, I loved Red Dead 1 and 2. I did a playthrough of Red Dead 1 not too long ago, and Red Dead 2 is one of those games that I go back to all the time. I don't always finish my playthroughs when I go back to Red Dead 2. It's just a super lengthy game, but it's one of those games that, man, if I want to get lost in a world for a couple weeks, Red Dead 2 is one of those games. And Red Dead 2, I've often said, upper echelon and the pantheon of the greatest games of all time to me. But yeah, it's tremendous, and Red Dead 1 is still great. It's just, you know, Red Dead 1 came out 16 years ago, so obviously it's going to show its age, and I feel like Rockstar has just upped their game so much, and with every outing, they up their game. It's just like, you get one game from them a decade, so it is what it is. $39.99 on that. Then we do have Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, 70% off for $21. This is on PS Plus Extra, so keep that in mind. You know, obviously, RGG is not everyone's favorite studio right now, but they had one bad outing in Yakuza Kiwami 3. I think everybody wanting to throw RGG to the gallows, it's very much of a what have you done for me lately kind of thing with gaming, which is gonna be true, but that also goes for when Stranger Than Heaven comes out. If that game's a banger, you know all the social media takes are gonna be like, oh my god, RGG is so back, but nonetheless, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I did think was a real game. Now, you know, they tried some nonsense with the Deluxe Edition and tying New Game Plus to the Deluxe Edition, but as far as the core game goes, I thought it was really good. I will say this, narratively, Yakuza Like a Dragon is the better game, without a doubt. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth has an okay story, but a lot of this game, if you want to get the most out of the narrative and all the content, to be perfectly honest, you need to have an attachment towards Kiryu as a character, because this is kind of paying respect to that story arc of Kiryu, and it's done really well in that regard. But as far as the core narrative goes, I wasn't as high on that, but overall the game was still awesome, and I highly, highly recommend it. I had a great time with it, and for $21, I definitely think it's a good pickup. Dying Light Collection, 70% off for $25.64. Now, this gets you Dying Light the Essentials Edition, and Dying Light 2, the Digital Extras Edition. Kinda whack that it's just the Essentials Edition of Dying Light, which has been on sale for $2.99. Like, let's be real here. That's not really that good. If it was the Enhanced Edition with the following, it would be a great deal, but it's still an okay deal. I really like Dying Light 1, did a playthrough of that before The Beast came out, and had a great time with it again, and made me appreciate that game even more with its open world game design. Dying Light 2, I had a good time with. Narratively, it's kind of bad, but, you know, the gameplay's pretty good. The parkour and the open world environment and exploration in the game, I think, is pretty well done, but I definitely get why people have their issues with Dying Light 2. I still thought it was a fairly good game, and for $25.64 for both of them, I think it's a pretty good pickup. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance is $21. I was not crazy about this game personally, but I know I'm in the minority on that. Whenever I cover these deals, I try to be more so objective that, you know what, the game didn't click with me, it's fine. I probably should go back and play through this game again. But I had an okay time with it. I just didn't resonate with this game as much as a lot of other people, which some people think it's one of the best turn-based RPGs of all time. I really dug the atmosphere, the aesthetic, and the darker tone of the game. That's kind of something you'll always get with SMT. Thought that was pretty well done, and $21 on the game, man, I think it's a pretty good deal, especially with 2 playable story routes. You're gonna get a lot of mileage out of the game, so $21 on that is pretty good. Then we do have the Persona Collection, 70% off for $27. This gets you Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and then Persona 5 Royal as well. All that content for $27, man, that's pretty effing spicy. You know, Persona 3 obviously got its remake and reload. Persona 4 is getting a remake and revival, but I still think it's worthwhile to play the originals, especially with P3P here. You get the playable female main character, so that's definitely a good addition. That's not in reload. Persona 4 hopefully will be a tremendous remake, but that's going to be $70 when it comes out, hopefully later this year, maybe early next year, but yeah, it's not going to be out for a little bit, and it's going to be $70. Here you get P3, P4, and the excellent P5 for $27. It's a great deal. Just if you're planning on going through all 3 of these games, you know, maybe clear up the calendar for a little bit, because your social life is going out the window for a little while. But $27 on that, pretty good deal there. Then we have a Plague Tale bundle, 65% off for $28. Honestly, as far as new IPs go that have become franchised in recent memory, Plague Tale is exactly the kind of game that I like. It's one of those games that absolutely has its issues and might not be everybody's cup of tea, but for what I like out of video games, core narrative focus, not super lengthy and bloated with content, and keeps it super focused, Plague Tale is exactly that, and it's a emotionally captivating narrative as well. And I will say this, with Plague Tale Innocence, I feel like it hooks you on that narrative very, very quickly. It's not like, you know, you gotta give it a couple hours for it to really get going. No, within the first half hour, 40 minutes of the game, you're gonna be hooked, and I think a lot of that is for the darker atmosphere in the game. Like, inherently, it's something that will grip you pretty fast, in my opinion, and for $28, I think it's a great deal. Again, these games are not super lengthy, but they're very worthwhile, and we do have a new Plague Tale game coming out this year, so not a bad time to go through these games. Then we do have Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Legacy. This is 58% off for $29.39, so Bandai Namco did juice up the price of this, the discounted price. This used to go on sale for like $10 to $14. I want to say it was $13.99, so not $10, but $14.99. It hasn't been that price, I feel like, in eons. So, you know what? If you want to play these games at this point, I'm just going to recommend it. I still think, from a value standpoint, it's a great deal. You get Naruto Storm 1, Storm 2, Storm 3, and Storm 4, and Road to Boruto. That's a ton of content. If you're a Naruto guy, you'll enjoy this. The 20th anniversary, or is it 25th anniversary? I don't even remember. Those episodes are coming out later this year, so I think Naruto's gonna be in the news cycle. I know it's like a big thing that Naruto, Bleach, One Piece all back in the same year. It's kind of cool. As somebody that grew up, not necessarily with One Piece, but Naruto and Bleach for sure were an integral part of my childhood. It's very cool to see. You know, I would like to see a Naruto Storm 5 at some point. Like, I feel like that's money waiting to be made, but nonetheless, these games are still quite good, and from a campaign standpoint, they're pretty good. Storm 1's campaign has its issues, like a lot of it doesn't have cutscenes, which is unfortunate. Storm 2, chef's kiss on the campaign. Storm 2's campaign might be one of the best campaigns out of an anime video game literally ever, especially for like an anime arena fighter like this. And on top of that, it's covering, in my opinion, the peak of Naruto. From the beginning of Shippuden up until Naruto's fight with Pain, that 150 episode stretch, I guess if you cut out the filler, it would be like maybe 120, 130, but that stretch of episodes was just disgustingly good. Maybe it's nostalgia blinded, but going to the fights in the Sand Village and then into Sasori and Hidan, you know, Shikamaru getting some shine, and then all the fights with Sasuke, Itachi. The Sasuke-Itachi fight was legendary, and then everything in the Invasion of Konoha arc. It was, like, goated. That 150 stretch, I feel, for a shonen anime, and again, I'm totally nostalgia-pilled. Naruto's one of the most, you know, integral anime and pieces of entertainment, to be honest, in my childhood, so obviously I'm gonna have a little bit of a bias, but man, that 150 episode stretch, 130 again if you cut out the filler, I think is absolutely legendary, and Storm 2 does a wonderful job of encapsulating it. I feel like Naruto kind of falls off after that. Like, there's definitely some good moments. I wasn't crazy about the 4th grade ninja war. And then, yo, by the end, it just felt like, I mean, I'm not here to get on a rant about Naruto, but I feel like Naruto kind of fell off by the end of it, but that stretch, man, just chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. Next up, we have THEATRHYTHM Final Bar Line, 50% off for $24.99. I mean, Final Fantasy music is absolutely tremendous. However, this game does have a lot of DLC, so keep that in mind, but having this all in a music rhythm game is pretty damn cool. And for $24.99, definitely a worthwhile pickup. 385 tracks as well. But obviously, it's for fans of the series. Speaking of music rhythm games for fans of the series, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory is a good pickup as well. $23.99 on this. Good to see this go on sale as well. Rhythm action title in the Kingdom Hearts series, so you can check that out for 24 bucks. Master Detective Archives Raincode Plus, $29.99 on this. If you're looking for a narrative detective style game with the aesthetic presentation of Danganronpa, it's going to be very much up your alley. $30 on that. Then we do have some Square Enix games that I do think are a little bit hefty in price point, to say the least. Valkyrie Elysium Digital Deluxe Edition is $29.99. Now, to be fair, this does include Valkyrie Profile Lenneth as well, which certainly is a nice addition in the Digital Deluxe Edition. Valkyrie Elysium itself is fairly mid, like it's a 6.57 out of 10 kind of game. It's an okay action game, don't get me wrong, and I think some people will like it. It's just for $30, it's super hefty. Valkyrie Profile Lenneth does carry the value quite a lot, so keep that in mind, but yeah, I thought I would give that a mention. DioField Chronicle, 60% off for $24. Another game a lot of people will view as mid. I personally really enjoyed DioField Chronicle. I dug this game a lot. I liked the soundtrack, I liked the aesthetics, the character designs I thought were great, and the tactics gameplay I thought was well done. I really dug the characters as well. This is one of those games that, again, I personally enjoyed a lot more than other people, but for 24 bucks, you know, not a bad pickup. It's just, man, Square Enix games, like, this one should be $9.99 at this point. Like, what are we doing here, Square? Do all of your games need to hold up in price? I get, like, Final Fantasy, but even, like, the 7 Remake is down to $15 these days, but yet DioField Chronicle is still $24. Like, come on now. But, like I said, I enjoyed the game, and I would recommend it. It's just that price point is kind of insane. And then lastly, Rematch by Slow Clap, 33% off for $20.09. I know a lot of people that really, really enjoyed this game, and aesthetically very much has that Slow Clap vibe. A new perspective on football, third-person action, tackle, dribble, aim, and shoot. Dive into the heart of the action from an immersive viewpoint. One player control, intense action, and deep tactics, and online team-based experience. This is the base game for $21, only 30% off, but again, one that has held up in price. But that is going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. A lot of great deals. Obviously, these on a little bit more of the expensive side. But nonetheless, check all of the deals out. We've done deals under $20, under 10, under 5, and we'll probably do another video before this sale wraps up. But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.